Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We will get started here. You are joining a webinar that is called Elevate Member Satisfaction and Engagement with Salesforce and Advanced Communities. Thanks for being here. I am one of your presenters, Nicole Adair. I'm a Principal Solution Engineer at Salesforce. I work with nonprofit organizations and association and membership organizations to figure out what kind of tech we can put in place to help you succeed on your mission. I've been here for about 4 years, and my career before that was all working in nonprofits in fundraising and operations and marketing and all the hats that you wear there. So thrilled to be here. And Rebecca, I will turn it over to you to introduce yourself.
Yes. Hi, everybody. It's great to see you, and keep telling us where you're calling from. This is so cool. We love kind of seeing where everyone is. I am our VP of Global Strategic Alliances here at Advanced Communities. And really what that means is I work with Salesforce to establish strong relationships around how we partner together and how we bring the best solutions to our customers. Like Nicole, I have a strong background in working with nonprofits and associations, particularly within the Salesforce ecosystem. And so I'm just honored to be here today. Thank you, Nicole, for partnering with us on this, and really hope to show you guys some interesting solutions for your associations today.
Wonderful. So here's our agenda. I'm going to talk a little bit about the state of membership engagement and really the state of kind of consumerism as we're hearing about it from our customers at Salesforce and the way things might be changing in that area. Then I'm going to talk about how Salesforce can support membership organizations, talk a little bit about how our platform is built. And then Rebecca's going to share with us Advanced Communities, who they are, and share with us their amazing product, MemberSmart, that is purpose-built for organizations like yours. And then we should have time for Q&A. So we're also happy to take questions in the chat or the Q&A function, whichever you prefer. We'll be watching that and can take questions throughout as well. So let's jump in. I'm going to go through this slide quickly. I don't think we're making any forward-looking statements, but I have to say this, our lawyers make us do it. Salesforce is a publicly traded company. Please make purchasing decisions based on currently available technology. And the most important slide, thank you. We know that you have many competing priorities for your time, and we just really appreciate you taking a little bit of time to join us and learn about our solutions here for you. All right, so state of membership engagement. At Salesforce, we do lots of surveys of our customers and learn about trends that they're seeing in their space. And so that's where a lot of these statistics come from. And I'm not going to read all of these to you, but I will talk about this first one. This is my favorite that I always bring to presentations, this 86%. So 86% of customers say that their experience is as important as the product they are purchasing. So if we think about that in the context of a membership experience, that product is probably the training, the enablement, the membership benefits that you're bringing to the members of your organization. And so their experience around that is just as important as what you're providing itself. And so as we think about, and especially I hear from other association and membership organizations that we're working with, that they're looking for new personalized, relevant ways to engage and really enhance that experience for their members. And so that's what we're thinking about as we try to bring solutions to you. And of course, we would be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about artificial intelligence. So as you all probably know and feel, we are in an AI revolution where, at Salesforce, we really started with, and a lot of other companies started with the sort of predictive intelligence, which is how do we take the data you have and ask questions and learn things? And this next wave we've been in, over the last year and a half is really this generative evolution. You all have probably played with it. It's really amazing. And we're bringing that into our products. Wave 3 we talk about is this sort of autonomous agents. We've had chatbots. We have done that for a while, but how do we make them smarter so that we can take some of the work off of your team's plates and let people who are willing to self-serve do that in a more meaningful and relevant way. And then where we're going probably is this general intelligence, and nobody really knows what that looks like, right? But at Salesforce, we're very concerned with the ethics and the practical applications of AI. And so we're watching this and, putting this into our products in the most trusted way that we can. So we're in this amazing revolution, but we're also hearing from customers that 88% of them don't feel like they can meet the demand for this in a safe way. So this is something really important to us at Salesforce as we think about how we're putting this into our products, that we are making sure we're doing it in a trusted and safe way. We have, I think, 6 different councils within Salesforce who are looking at AI from different angles to make sure that we are growing this in a way that is sustainable, but also trusted. And so we're really looking at how we bring this to life for our customers, including associations like you. So as we're going through this, I just want you to think about, and maybe we can share some of these at the end. What are some challenges? We've talked about some of the challenges that we're hearing organizations face of trying to bring personalized and relevant content to folks, incorporating AI into their work to make them work smarter. What are some other organizations some challenges, I'm sorry, from a technological point of view that your organization is facing, or just challenges in general that you think tech might be able to help you solve? Here is how we think about that at Salesforce. We have a really incredible platform, which might be different from other technologies that you've seen, that is really scalable. And here's how we think about it. We call it the Salesforce Advantage. And we think about the primary objective, of any business is really to know your customer. And so for all of you, that is your member, right? In order to really know your member, you need to listen, engage, and encourage them to take action. So you need to be in the channels where they are engaging with you, where they might be engaging with each other. And so we want to provide spaces where you have that, you can enhance that experience with your members. We see customers and businesses that aren't doing this, aren't listening and engaging with their customers or members, in your case, are reactive. They're being reactive. And so we're constantly thinking about how we can put you in the driver's seat to avoid that reactivity that can be kind of expensive and time consuming, frankly. So in order to do that, we have to really empower your team as well. So here we have your team surrounding that member who are working at different places along the membership journey, potentially. And so how do we give them the tools to do their job smarter? We start with workflow and automation. So we think about what tasks can we automate within your organization? And those are built into the platform. We think about how do we make our customers agile. So you'll see this as agility clicks end code. We talk about your ability to build things on the platform or configure things in a way that work for your business using clicks. You don't have to be a developer. You don't have to be an administrator to build a lot of these things. You can do them with clicks. Now, if you are in IT or you are a developer, we also have pro code tools that we can put in your fingertips to build on the Salesforce platform as well. So we're talking about this, ability to sort of meet people where they are. And always, if we go over to the left here, within a trusted and secure environment. Trust is our #1 value at Salesforce. And so we're always thinking about how we can give you these tools in a way that meets your privacy and compliance concerns. And then last, at the top left, we'll talk about collaboration. How can we give your teams the tool to collaborate with each other and potentially break down those silos that you see between some of your departments? So we build collaboration right into the platform so that people can engage with each other without having to leave that space where they're doing all of their work, and it's right in the flow of their work. So as we think about how we build this for your team, we tend to build 80% of what we think our customers need on the platform. We bring in experts from different industries to help inform what that 80% should look like. And then we provide space for and an open platform for others to bring their technology. So this other 20% can fill that gap for specific configuration needs that you might need as a company that are unique to you or your industry. We have a large ecosystem of partners like advanced communities who build these purpose-built pieces of technology that bring a unique solution to your organization. And we've been doing this for a long time. So we're celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. We've been building industry-leading applications. We have this wonderful ecosystem of partners and users who interact with each other. So you can get onto our community and talk with other folks who might be trying to solve a similar problem that you are. And of course, data. We know that this is one of your most valuable assets potentially as an organization. And so we want to make it easy to bring that to the surface. Bring in data from third-party sources if you need to, and surface it all within the Salesforce platform so that you can analyze it, learn from it, make predictions based on it. And so we're always thinking about that. And then, of course, this AI that we were talking about earlier. All of this is really for the goal of creating a unified profile of your customer, your member, so that you can see everything you need to know about that member in one place and take action from one place so that you're not having to jump from different systems to do that. And so this is what we think about when we're building different solutions, and hopefully this resonates with you as we think about how this might work for your organization and support your teams to really engage and enhance that member experience for your members. And we want to do that across the whole spectrum of membership, right? So whether you have new members that you're trying to acquire, whether you're trying to engage and enhance that experience for existing members, get inactive members to rejoin, or work with community members who might be not outside of your membership base, but are corporate partners or other organizations that you partner with to deliver what you're wanting to do as an organization. So, and of course, the employee experience is at the base of all of this. We want to think about how we make that easy, and your employees can work smarter, not harder, to really bring that to life for your members. I won't spend a ton of time here because I think most people know the difference between predictive and generative AI, but I will talk about how we think about these. We've been doing predictive AI within the Salesforce platform for since 2014. So for the last 10 years, really thinking about how we surface insights that, we can look at your data and tell you what can we predict next for what might happen. And I will say we see association customers a lot of times using this to predict whether a member is going to lapse. Wouldn't it be great if you knew all of the members who were at risk of lapsing and you could get in front of them and make sure they understand the value of their membership, or provide them a discount for renewing their membership to try to keep them and retain them. And then, of course, the generative capabilities really assist your team to build and create new things, whether that's content. Pretty soon we'll have the ability to make reports through AI. So we're really thinking about how we integrate these into the platform for your use. And we use data from the platform for that generative technology, which is a little bit different than you might see from other companies, where we are able to take data from your CRM, your constituent data, to use in those prompts for generative AI so that you're getting really relevant information back from those language models. And finally, we will share that we ask our customers what kind of success they're seeing. So we talked to some of our association customers and asked, What kind of success are you seeing since you've implemented the Salesforce platform and solutions on the platform? And these are some of the things that they are sharing with us. And you can see this 27% increase in member retention. If you think about what that might mean for your organization, that 27% increase could be really significant revenue and really significant opportunity to grow your member base and provide even a better experience. So just a taste of what the Salesforce platform looks like. But Rebecca's really going to bring this to life when she talks about what Advanced Communities does on the Salesforce platform and how they have built their MemberSmart product to really support that member experience with your organization. So I will turn it over to you, Rebecca.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And you did such a wonderful job of setting the stage and giving us the picture of how Salesforce is the platform and everything else that you build on top of Salesforce, particularly these sort of on-platform solutions like Advanced Communities, really enhances what you can do on top of your Salesforce instance in the way that sort of buying an iPhone and installing apps to fit your needs.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I love that analogy and I use it all the time. And I think one day we're going to have to make a slide or something
It's
cool
a
about it. But
perfect way to
anyway,
explain it. Perfect way to explain it.
I can't believe I haven't told you that one before. I'll have to tell you in person next time I see you.
Yeah.
Um, Thank you so much. Just to give you an update, we are Advanced Communities. As Nicole mentioned, I'm Rebecca Hunter. I'm our VP of Alliances, and the rest of my leadership team include Stas Danayev, our Managing Director and founder and CEO, Paul Jackson, who's our practice director, and also Tom Fertney, who is managing partner and operates our US portion of the business. So we are spanned all across the US and the UK. We are a remote first global team. So we've got lots of representation and very happy to help you wherever you are in the world. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about some of the joint customers that we have with Salesforce. Now, we only work with Salesforce customers, so every customer we have is a joint customer with Salesforce. But particularly, I wanted to call out some of the organizations that are particularly focused around association management. Folks like Bond UK, the American Association of Cancer Research, Guide Dogs UK, Greenpeace, etc. And everyone that you see on the screen is someone who has needs around membership management functionality or volunteer management functionality, or perhaps hosting events for their membership or collecting donations or fundraisers for their membership. And so I'd like to walk through sort of the components that make up MemberSmart. Yeah, perfect. You're already ahead of me, Nicole. We've got our slide ready to go. So everything that you see on screen is sort of our 360-degree member view of MemberSmart and its available components. So on screen, you can see we've got a member portal that comes out of the box. We've also got event management as a component, subscription management, things like job board and member and organization directory, and also the ability to take donations or payments for any of those processes along the way. So rather than show you the slide deck, let's hop right into the live demo. I will go ahead and start sharing my screen here. And I'm actually going to start you in an incognito window. And I do this little trickery because my computer recognizes that I am already a member of our fictitious association that we are looking at today. This is called WMA. We've made this up. It's our World Medical Association portal. But we've created this demo environment to give you an idea of what it might look and feel like to skin your website with the components of MemberSmart with Salesforce as the driver and the foundation for your platform. So what you're seeing right now is someone who has come to this website maybe for the first time or is not logged in because they're not a member and they're interested in joining the organization. First thing they'll see is this Join Us button. So we can click here. And this button will take us through a flow that will allow us to put in all of our membership details that the organization is requiring to become a member. All right. I'm seated right next to my Wi-Fi, so I'm sorry if this is just a bit slow today. we are going to become a member. So the first thing that you'll see is this banner. This is customizable. It just lets you know what you're signing up for. The next part of the flow is, would you like to join as a person or would you like to join as a company? We give you those options. So today I'll join as a person. And from here, I can fill out my basic contact information. I'll just put in enough to get us through this form. And you can see here that some of the fields are required. So as an organization, you can determine which fields you would like to be required for your individuals to become members. And you can also have some tabs or fields that are optional. We also have the option to upload a file. So if you want to upload a profile photo or a certification, you can denote exactly what it is that you want the individual to upload, and they can just drag and drop files right into the form. From here, we will go into membership length. We can choose a 1-year membership, but I show you this part of the flow because we actually have customers that are interested in having maybe 2 years of membership or 3 years of membership as an option. And a lot of those individuals will offer a discount for the membership if you sign up for more than 1 year at a time. So we give you that flexibility within this flow. At the next phase, we can also choose our payment frequency. This flow gives me the option to renew or to pay annually, but we could also segment this out and say, would you like to pay quarterly or would you like to pay monthly? So those are options that you can offer your membership. From here, I can ask any sort of relevant questions, or I can choose to pay now or pay via an invoice. We have integrations with both Stripe and Spreedly. And so if you're using either of those payment processors, it is a simple setup on the back end where we just connect your current payment processor to the components within MemberSmart, and we're able to take those payments. And a lot of times we find that associations already have compatible payment processors with Stripe or Spreedly. Spreedly is a payment aggregator, so it umbrellas about 120 plus different payment processors. So it's possible that yours is already one that functions under that umbrella. So it would be worth just checking that list of payment processors, which perhaps we can send in a follow-up email. So I'll go ahead and pay now. This is the part where I asked Nicole for her payment details. So if you'd like to give me your credit card number, Nicole.
Yeah, let's see if it works. Good luck.
I know, right? I know, right? We're all still recovering from Christmas, I think. Spring break. All right. Now this looks like a scary message, but it's actually not. It's just telling me that there is no payment method on file for me, so I need to add one. So if I click add a new payment method, it'll take me to the processing page and I can enter in my details. All right. And from here, we'll get a success message on screen that says, hey, you purchased your membership successfully, but we'll also get an email with confirmation and details around your membership. And you can automate those emails to go out as soon as someone becomes a new member. All right. So from here, we'll switch over back into the main portal, and you can see here that I am now logged in as a member. So from here, I can adjust my profile. I can go into my settings or my account information. This is all a bit of self-service capability. And next time I go to hit the Join Us button, instead of taking us through that membership flow, it's actually just going to take us to a button that says, would you like to renew your membership? And so you can customize that capability for your organization as well. The next tab I'd like to show you is our events tab. I'd say events is probably one of the most important things to the associations that work with us, whether they're free events, they're paid events, they're local, which we call in person, or those via a webinar or a streaming service. We have a Zoom integration, so highly recommend using Zoom as your webinar or streaming platform. The reason I suggest it over others is because with the integration, you get a lot more detail around who joins. So for example, because you're on this webinar today, this is actually hosted using AC Events. And so we're actually able to see who has clicked in to join our webinar, how long they stayed, and that's because of the integration. Otherwise, you can use another streaming service URL, but you're not going to get the same data that you would if you just use Zoom. On the left here, you'll notice we've got some filtration capabilities. This is just an example of what you can filter by, but sky's pretty much the limit here. We can search by a keyword or a description. We can toggle by event type or audience. And we also have a Google Maps integration. So if you'd like to search by region or by a distance range, you can do that here. Here we've got a number of events. You can have sort of this tile view, which I think is quite nice, but we also have a list view if that's something that's interesting for you. And if we click into an event, I like this one because it's a bit more of a conference. It's got a couple of days that the event is held over. So when we click into this one, we'll see a landing page. This is a rich text field, so you can put lots of colors and fonts and hyperlinks, etc., into this section here. And then if we click into agenda, we can see that we've got 2 days, Thursday and Friday, and each of those days has a number of sessions attached to it. Now, at the moment, we can click into these sessions and see what the session's about, who's presenting, maybe a bio of the session speaker, where and when that session is going to be held. But after we register, we're actually able to go in and register for these sessions individually and build our own agenda. So I'll show you that here in just a minute. We can also toggle between days and see the different sessions available per day. Up at the top here, we have customizable tabs. You can have as many of these as you'd like. We've given you some options with maybe a speakers tab where you can open up each speaker and see a bio for that individual and also any of the sessions that they're speaking at. But we also have options for sponsors tab or a location tab, etc. Lots of different options as far as customization when it comes to tabs. So if you have something you're curious about, feel free to ask. And to register here, we just click the register button and you'll see that there are multiple packages that come up. If it's important to you as an organization to only show a certain member type, a specific price point for an event registration, or even for something like a membership renewal, we can do that. So from here, we can actually choose the price that is most applicable to us or the option that we would prefer to choose. Or you could have one that's available to you because the organization has said, I want member type A to only see this price point and member type B to only see this price point. I'll go ahead and register as a normal member, but I'd say a really common use case that we see is actually when organizations only host free events. Many of our associations only host free events, but they also might want to offer the ability to take a donation on that event registration. So you can register for free, or another option would be register for free or register for free with a donation. And at the end of that flow, you'll actually be able to enter your card details and the amount of donation that you're comfortable with donating. You can see here that our information pre-populates in the form, and we can also purchase for someone else. If this event is free, this would say something like register for someone else. And from here, we can answer event questions. We can customize these questions for your organization, so don't be afraid if you don't see a question that's applicable to you. And from here, we can go ahead and apply our payment details. We can also generate voucher codes. So if that's something that's interesting for you, just reach out. We're happy to show you that functionality. And at the end here, we'll receive our success message on screen that we have registered for the event, that our payment's been processed. But we'll also get an email with all of this information, including a receipt. And you can go ahead and add your event to your Google Calendar or download the ICS file for something like Outlook. And you'll also receive this information on the email. Once it's complete, you'll notice now our agenda has these little plus buttons. And this gives us the functionality to register for sessions after we've registered for the event. So if I register for a couple of sessions here, I immediately get that check mark, and this Build My Schedule button comes up. And then you can see all of the sessions that you've registered for, and you can either view this on your phone or you can send it in an email, etc. All right. Some last functionality regarding events. Some of our customers have regional chapters where there might be a regional president, for example. And if that's the case, you might want to offer that regional president or chapter head to be a power user within your community and maybe create their own events on the front end of Salesforce without access to your back office CRM. And if that's the case, you can just surface this button for your power users. Otherwise, you won't see it. And you can just click Create an Event. And this takes you through an event wizard where you can use clicks to create your event. I won't go through the whole wizard, but know that this functionality is available. And if you'd like to see it, we're more than happy to hop on a call with you and show you the full flow. From here, we have a trainings tab. I won't spend a whole lot of time here because actually our trainings functionality is very similar to our event functionality. The only difference is that trainings or courses, for example, is something that happens over a period of time over multiple days. You might have Monday and Wednesday classes from 7 to 9 p.m. Monday might be a stagnant class where you have the same professor or same session host every time, but Wednesday might be rolling. So we give you that functionality to customize each Wednesday and say, well, this Wednesday we've got speaker A, this Wednesday we have speaker B, and our session topics are going to change by week. So it gives you that granularity and functionality. Next up, we have directories. We have both a member directory and an organization directory. Some of our associations, their members are organizations or are companies, particularly within our WMA instance. Perhaps hospitals are members or clinics are members versus individuals. So we'll take a look at both of those. The first one will be our member directory. On the left here, you can see the filtration capabilities. These are just an example, so we can add filters here as necessary. And you can click by their language or perhaps their department, for example, and see all of the different individuals that pop up with those relevant filters. It's also up to you as an organization and also up to the member what information they surface. So if you'd like for them to definitely post their email, but it's up to them if they'd like to post their phone number, you can coordinate all of that on the back end for your members. We'll also take a look at the organization directory. This is the place where you can show off the different organizations that are members or maybe even sponsors of your association. If we open one up here, it'll take us to a landing page where we can see details about the organization, maybe where they are by location, and maybe even give them the option to contact the partner or the sponsor. From here, we also have a shop. Now, we've got some exciting news coming up around shop. So at the moment, you should be seeing things like books and maybe t-shirts or hats. But we also have the option coming up later in the year, a project that's on our roadmap, to do something called Unified Cart. And what that means is you'll be able to check out with a membership subscription, an event registration, and also purchase a book and a t-shirt and maybe even make a donation all at the same time on the same ticket. And this is really cool functionality, not only because we have lots of associations asking us for this capability, but also because it gives you the ability to run things like promotion periods, where as an association, you can say, for this month, we are going to offer our membership. And if you become a member of our organization, you get 20% off of your events for the year, or you get 50% off your shop order, for example, by becoming a member today. And Unified Cart will enable that functionality where you can sort of tie discounts or special privileges to a membership by checking out all at the same time. And actually, if you don't follow Nicole and or me on LinkedIn, I would highly advise you to, because actually in the next couple of months, Nicole and I are going to do another webinar where we talk about Unified Cart specifically and present all of that to our associations. So I'm looking forward to that. We also have the ability to make donations. So I'll hop in here. These are all of the active donation campaigns that we have available. So I'll click into one here. This behaves a lot like GoFundMe. So what you're seeing right now is I'm a power user within this community, and this is a campaign that I own. So I'm actually able to edit and manage this campaign. If I was not a power user and this was not my responsibility or my permission set, I just wouldn't see this functionality. Here we have sort of the main fundraiser, and we can see details around it. We can also see how much has been raised, and we can choose to donate or even share this donation page via social media. Here I can choose either a single or a recurring donation. I can choose a set amount that your organization determines necessary, or I can choose a personal amount. From here, my information will pre-populate, and I can choose whether or not I want to publicly or anonymously make this donation. And I can also choose my card method on file to make this payment. We're almost there, guys. A couple things. I'm not going to show you everything, but I think the important thing about Network particularly is our group functionality. So this allows you to join maybe employee resource groups or interest groups within an association. And it functions a lot like a Facebook group. We use the Salesforce functionality chatter. So you can actually hop into a group, see that the group is public, or maybe it's private, or maybe it's invite only. And you can also see any posts in order of when they were posted. And you can also choose when you want to receive notifications about news. Lastly, we have a job board. Now, we have some associations that use this as a standard job board, but we have a lot of associations that are actually interested in using this for internships or even for volunteer opportunities. So sky's kind of the limit here. We can filter on the left, and we can also open up a posting here on the right. From here, it's pretty standard job board functionality. You can see the position that you're applying for, any details around that posting, and then you can also go ahead and apply for the position. I won't take you through the form here, but essentially you fill out your information, upload your CV or any other relevant information that you'd like to add to this flow, and then your job is applied for, and through your profile, you can actually go in and see any status updates related to that job posting. And that takes us back to our homepage. And I can see that there are a few things in the chat. I haven't been reading those as I've been presenting, so I'll open them up now.
Yeah, I
it
think
looks
I
like Nicole's been
answered.
answering.
I tried to, but make sure I wanted to call those out for other folks who maybe weren't paying attention to that too. We do have some answers for questions in the chat, and we have time for more right now too, if we want to take some. So, oh, here's one. Rebecca, can non-logged in users access events and donations if they need to?
Yes. So I think first let's clarify the word access. Can they view private details? No. Can they register for a public event or make a donation as a guest? Absolutely. So if for example, you're an organization that wants to host both public and private events, meaning you'd like to host events where the public can join and maybe learn more about your organization, or only events that are for your membership, you can hide that behind authentication. So publicly, you can surface the events that you want, and privately, behind authentication, you can also surface the events that you want. And anyone, regardless of membership, can register for those public-facing events and also make a guest donation.
Perfect. We did have somebody ask if we'll be sharing the recording, so we definitely will do that. So yeah, thanks. How does Salesforce support personalized communication with members? Great question. So the Salesforce platform has the ability to manage messages sort of one-to-one or one-to-many. That said, it's not really a marketing engagement tool per se. We do have products such as Marketing Cloud and what we now call marketing engagement, which many of you may know as Pardot, that are more robust marketing platform tools. And those give you the ability to do things like create personalized membership journeys for different segments of your membership. They have, their own analytics that you can, track open rates and all that kind of fun stuff, and provide really personalized and relevant content. So we can definitely chat with you about sort of your marketing needs and what you're using now, and how, looking at some of those things might be beneficial for your organization. Hopefully that answers that, Anna. Let me know if it didn't.
Yeah, and I think the next one's for you, Nicole.
Oh yeah, Salesforce pricing. So any discounts for nonprofits? Yes. Great question. We at Salesforce we do provide discounts for nonprofits. Typically that is 40 to 50% off commercial rates. So you'll see, rates for our you may, like on our website, you might see rates for commercial clients, and for our nonprofit clients, that tends to be 40 to 50% off. Of course, we, provide discounts at certain volumes and that kind of thing. So we're always trying to work with you on, where we need to be, and we really try to support the, nonprofits who need technology. It's really important to our mission. And we also provide, for example, 10 free licenses on our nonprofit cloud for nonprofits to get started using that for free. So happy to chat about any of that. And actually, let me bring up the next slide too. Just we can have this up while we continue to take questions, because I just wanted to make sure you all have our contact information if you have additional questions as well. But keep them coming if you have more.
Yeah, Anna says, what security measures does Salesforce offer to protect members' data?
Yes. So our platform is built on a solution called Hyperforce. We name everything something Force. That is has really robust security measures in place around, we're thinking a lot around compliance issues for, being GDPR compliant, or, even some states in the US have different compliance rules to protect people's data. And so, we're working with a lot of really large companies, and especially we learn a lot about this from our financial services customers, who, of course, security is paramount to everybody, but as a former bank teller, I will tell you, people get really antsy when you're talking about the security of financial things. And so we take that really seriously. And again, I think I said earlier, trust is our number one value. And so, we start with security first and foremost in everything that we build. And we also have a website that talks a lot about this called trust.salesforce.com. And that's where you can see, some of our philosophy around that. And also if we have, if there are any incidents happening, we have those in real time so that our customers can see that transparently if it's impacting them, which happens rarely, but it does happen.
I was going to mention before I know people are going to start dropping at the top of the hour here, but if any of you are going to be at either Salesforce World Tour DC next week or Salesforce World Tour New York in a couple of weeks. Nicole and I will be at both of those. Will you be in
I
New York
think
too?
so. I'm not sure about New York yet, but yes, I will be in
Okay,
DC
Nicole
for
will be in
sure.
DC.
Yep. And that's a great mention. So if any of you are interested in learning more about Salesforce, we take these big events on the road, what we call world tour, which is easier to write than say. Go to our website and just search for Salesforce World Tour. They're free events.
Yeah, and they're great.
And they're amazing. We have incredible content. We have a huge expo center where you can talk to people about all kinds of different things. We'll feed you lunch. There's lots of different sessions you can sign up for. So definitely check those out and look for us if you're there in person.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop the link to register into the chat, and we'll also put it in the
Thanks.
follow-up email.
Wonderful.
Um, but Nicole and I will both be there and probably
Yep.
joined at the hip for part of the day. So feel free to stop by and say hi. We'll get you a coffee, we'll get you a drink. We'd love to chat.
Sounds good. Well, if we don't have any other questions, you've got our email. If you think of something later, definitely reach out and we'll follow up with, as Rebecca said, additional resources.
Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. It was great to have you. And please reach out if you have any questions. We'll talk to you soon.